You can listen to this practice wherever you find yourself today. You can be sitting down or laying down or even stretching and doing things if that's what you got to be doing. And hopefully wherever you're at, when you listen to this, it will still be somewhat beneficial to you in some way. So if you would like to listen to this in a still position, you can just completely take all the time that you need to arrive. And let yourself move in whatever ways your body wants to move. You can do some neck rolls, some cat-cows with the spine, some side body bends, some torso twists. Just checking in with your body, becoming curious of the way that your body would like to be moving right now. And at any point, if you're in a space where you feel safe to do so, if you haven't already, you can let your eyes gently close, just to encourage or enhance what you are feeling on the inside a little bit more without the distraction of your sense of sight. But of course, you can always listen to meditation practices, or you can meditate yourself with the eyes open as well. So if that's what you're feeling like today, giving yourself permission to do that as well. And as we start to begin, just reminding yourself, dropping that seed of trust in yourself. And this goes for any practice that you listen to, any yoga, meditation, or anything spiritual whatsoever that you listen to. Remembering that the instructions you are hearing, the cues that you hear from whatever teacher is speaking, are simply starting points. They are suggestions. And ultimately, the true teacher of your own practice is you. So if at any point I suggest anything or bring any focus towards something in your body that doesn't feel right or doesn't feel good to you, letting yourself be the first teacher, that first layer of permission. So feeling totally free to trust yourself during this practice and listen to yourself first. Trusting that deep down you already know what is best for you. And the words I say might spark some inner sense of knowing. So letting that occur if that happens. But ultimately reminding yourself that you already know all you need to know. And this practice is about remembering that, uncovering all the distractions above that sense of knowing. So if you would like to listen to this in a still position, you can let yourself come to a space that feels comfortable in your spine. If you haven't already, just maybe straightening out the spine or just letting your body rest in whatever way feels right for your body to rest. And you can mark your arrival to your practice today with a full and deep cleansing breath whenever you are ready. As you take a long, slow, deep, and intentional inhale in through the nose, letting yourself fill up to every corner and edge of you. And pausing for just a moment at the top of your inhale to just notice what that feels like to be totally full as you allow yourself to exhale slowly as you need to. Slowly, bit by bit. And even once you think you're empty, seeing if you can just push a tiny bit more air out of you by drawing the navel closer to the spine. And then pausing for just a moment to feel that emptiness now as you allow your next breath to come as it's needed. And you can breathe just like this for a few more rounds if it feels good for you. And just exaggerating the 4 parts of your breath. So letting your inhale be just a little bit longer than usual, letting that pause at the top be just a little bit longer and more intentional, letting your exhale be slow and full, and then that pause at the bottom of the exhale, just to notice what it feels like to be empty of air. As you let the next breath come as needed. And of course, at any point, if you are ready to release this exaggerated breath, you can do so and just let yourself observe the natural rhythm of your breath today. And if you haven't already, and if you're ready to do so, you can let yourself come into that role of the observer. Maybe almost feeling like you're stepping back and up in your mind. Coming to the role of the witness. A place where you can observe the fact that your body breathes without having any attachment or control over the rhythm or speed of your breath. And just knowing that sometimes that feels really difficult to do, so it is perfectly okay if that feels confusing or difficult for you right now. And maybe instead of bringing attention to the breath, you can bring attention to the physical sensations in your body. And just starting to notice the shape that your body is in, the shape you have chosen to practice in today. Even with the eyes closed, maybe just seeing the outline of your body, seeing the space where your skin meets the air or meets your clothes. Just becoming aware of how much space you take up in your physical body. Letting your awareness come to your face. And just noticing any expression or any feelings that might be being communicated by the expression on your face. Maybe you feel like you are resting, but if you bring awareness to your forehead, maybe you notice some tension there that can be released. Maybe you notice the jaw being a bit tighter than it needs to be. Maybe some scrunching in the nostrils or in the ears or the chin. And just by bringing awareness to the face, you can also bring awareness to all the muscles in the face, all the tiny little muscles that help you express yourself. These muscles in your face that we often forget are even there. And just practicing allowing your face to be exactly as it is. Almost feeling like you are allowing the muscles to hang off slightly from the bones of your face. So you feel this sense of release in your lips, even in the tongue, in the chin, in the jaw, and the cheeks. A sense of surrendering in the nostrils, in the ears, in the eyelids and the eyeballs, in the eyebrows, and across the full length and width of your forehead. Just trusting the anatomy of your body and that everything will be held exactly where it needs to be, just by your skin. There's no need for you to hold anything in a particular way. Practicing trusting yourself, trusting your body. Seeing what happens, maybe just becoming curious of what happens when you fully release all the muscles in your face. Not worrying about anything drooping or sagging, but just seeing how much you can let go. And allowing this sense of release and surrender to naturally spread across your hairline and your scalp, spreading down the neck, the back and side of the neck, even down the front of the throat. Do you feel a sense of softness spread across the shoulders and the collarbones? Surrendering the muscles in the arms and the hands. And just letting the arms and hands be fully heavy. Allowing the full weight of your arms and hands to be. Seeing if you can allow the muscles to almost feel like they're rolling off of the bones. As you allow this same sense of softness to naturally spread down the chest and the torso, into the stomach, into the back body, the hips, the pelvic floor, the glutes, down the legs and the feet. As you just fully surrender the weight of your body to rest into the surface beneath you. And if you're sitting, you might notice quite a curl in the spine. Maybe you notice yourself feeling like you're sinking down a little bit deeper. And letting that sense of heaviness, that sense of being supported by the earth beneath you, letting that be in your body, letting that continue to be there. As you just remember this comfort of gravity hugging you toward the earth. And that by fully releasing, you're not going to float away. You are going to be hugged and kept safe against the earth. And keeping this sensation of being safe and heavy and held. And now at the same time, allowing yourself to feel a sense of lightness and a sense of being lifted. If you're sitting upright, feeling the crown of your head being almost as if there's a string at the crown of your head, just being drawn up slightly. And if you're laying down, just the front side of your body being almost magnetically pulled closer to the sky. So playing with these sensations of feeling heavy and light at the same time, without thinking too much about it. Just knowing that you have the ability to hold these contrasting feelings within you. You have the ability to be in the middle of turbulence, in the middle of chaos, in the middle of a storm, and at the same time feel a sense of safety and security within yourself, within your own body. Trusting that just by being on this earth with the sun above you, with shelter, with water, with food, with love, with air, you have the resources you need. You have the resources you need just to survive. And at the same time, we might be in situations that feel turbulent or chaotic or heavy and difficult. And knowing that that is another part of our life that we have to deal with, we have to move through. And it can feel a lot more simple or more maybe peaceful to move through these chaotic times with a sense of stability within ourselves. And as you bring your attention to your heartbeat, and just start to really tune into that rhythm of this heart beating inside of you. Maybe even placing one or both hands on top of the heart to just really enhance that feeling from the outside as well. Just reminding yourself that this heart is your steady background beat to your whole life. This heart has been beating for you from before you even took your first breath of air. From the time you were in your mother's womb up into this exact moment. And this heart will continue to beat for you until your very last breath. And this heart can be your anchor if that feels good for you. This heart can be that reminder that even when life is crazy around us and maybe our heart speeds up a bit, dropping into that space of your heart, becoming curious of the rhythm of your heartbeat, feeling it closely and deeply, and just remembering that there is nothing in particular you are doing to make this heart beat. You are not telling your heart to beat and therefore it's beating. Just remembering that this is simply a miracle of your life, a reminder of the miracle of your life, of the gift of your life. This heart was given to you, and this heart is pumping blood throughout your entire body, pumping energy to your toes, to your fingertips, to the tip of your head, and all the areas in between. And this heart is keeping you alive. And letting that be a source of comfort if it feels like that for you. And maybe the heart doesn't feel like that for you. Maybe your source of comfort exists in your forehead. Maybe you can feel a slight pulsing sensation in the forehead. And that is a comforting, steady beat for you. Maybe the pulsing in the palms of your hands is a source of comfort for you. Maybe the heartbeat in your stomach. Maybe your sense of comfort rotates between all the different processes your body has. Just reminding yourself that your body is the constant. And through all the ups and downs that we will live through in our life, you are the constant. You are the stillness and the peace in the center of the storm. And even when it feels like the storm is existing within you, and that there are heavy feelings moving through you. As we all know, sometimes you have to move through a storm in order to get to the stillness, or in order for the storm to pass. And just remembering that your emotions work the same way as weather patterns oftentimes. And when there's a big storm coming and you see dark clouds for as long as you can see, and it's just pouring heavy rain on you, and you're just stuck in the middle of this storm. Just allowing yourself to feel the rain. Feel what the rain feels like as it touches your skin and rolls down your body. Let yourself be in that space of being in a less than pleasant environment, maybe. Meditation practice is not about feeling light and love all the time. This practice is about being more awake and aware of all the feelings we move through, the full spectrum of being a human. We are not meant to erase darkness with love and light. We are meant to experience life, experience the full range of emotions. And trusting that you are strong and you can feel and do hard things. And there will always be easier, lighter, more breezier times on the way. And even if you have to move through a lot of difficult feelings and emotions and circumstances to get there, there will be moments of joy and love and happiness in your future. And if you need those anchor points or those things to look forward to in order to help you get through the harder times, then letting yourself do that. But just remembering, regardless of where you're at, that every single thing you are feeling is temporary. And using that as a comfort if you are feeling less than pleasant feelings, and also using that as permission to let yourself be fully happy and loved and connected if that's what you're feeling. Knowing that you won't feel this way forever. So cherishing the good and letting yourself fully feel the bad so that you can move on from it whenever you are ready. But just being so kind and so patient with yourself through these journeys, through these storms that you live through. And remembering that each person you come into contact with is living through these same things. It's living through this range of emotions in difficult times. So as kind as you are to yourself, as you feel hard things, just extending that same sense of kindness to all those you cross paths with. Just having that sense of patience and understanding for the people in your life. And that you don't know what anyone else is going through. And we all are fighting our own battles. Just having or extending a sense of love and understanding to all those you see, maybe just by a smile, or just by nothing, just by letting people be and letting them live their life. Giving people space. And just trusting that we are all moving through our own lessons. We are all learning the things that we need to learn in this life. And sharing the things that you find helpful for you. Knowing that may or may not be true for the other people in your life. Just doing your best to lead by example, and knowing that once you allow yourself to feel the full spectrum of your own feelings, there's no need for you to preach that to other people, but simply leading by example, and just trusting that the way you live your life and the amount you allow yourself to feel and expressing love and joy when you feel it, and also expressing frustrations and motivation for change when you feel it. Just letting yourself feel what you need to feel and express what you need to express, knowing that that alone will give others permission to do the same. And we can never control what anyone else in our life does. So releasing that responsibility from you, if you feel that anywhere in your life. So the only thing we can control in this life is our reactions to the circumstances that present themselves to us. And just doing the best with the hand you've been dealt. And that's all we can do. So releasing any responsibility you may hold yourself to, of trying to fix everything and all your problems and everyone around you's problems. Knowing that you are doing the best you can with what you have. You can bring your attention back to your heart, if it's left. Maybe bring your attention to the heartbeat in your hands. This feeling, once again, this pulse that is unique to you. This direct line that you have to this direct connection you have to whatever source of energy all of life comes from. And if it feels like something you'd like to do, you can let the pulse of your hands find each other. So your hands and fingers make contact with one another. Maybe pressing your thumbs toward your heart as you let your heart lift back toward your thumbs, and just once again feeling this power that is generated by you. And as you take a deep breath into your body, letting yourself fill up fully once again. And as you exhale, just allowing your head to gently bow as you let go of anything that no longer serves you. And just bowing to the source of energy that is allowing your heart to beat, whatever you believe that to be. And bowing to the constant source of guidance and inspiration all around you, whatever that means to you. Bowing to everyone else in this space who has listened and completed this practice right alongside you. And finally bowing to yourself for choosing to show up today and taking the time out of your busy life for this pure act of self-love and self-care. May this act continue to heal you through the rest of your days and nights. And may you bring the same love and understanding to everything you do and everyone you see. Thank you.